There are two holy days of the year that when I celebrate them, I wish I only knew what happened on that actual day and not what followed. The first is the birth of Jesus. Like all newborns, the whole world lies before them. Anything is possible. It's a time of celebration and joy. The second is Palm Sunday. What a day that was! So many converts turning out to cheer their hero on his way from the Mount of Olives to triumphant monarchy in Jerusalem. Jesus riding a donkey, fulfilling the prophecies of Zechariah and Daniel, the long-awaited Messiah. The crowds proclaiming the Son of King David, Jesus fulfilling timelines en route to the chanting of hosannas. Save us now, blessed is he who comes in the name of the Lord. Hosanna in the highest. Each person acknowledging the triumphant day as they waved their palm branches, the symbol of victory, and strew them before the colt. Truly a day of incredible joy, of recognition of the culmination of hundreds and hundreds of years of promise and expectation finally realized. Like Christmas, a day of realized and anticipated dreams, with all the potential for a reign that will free God's people from the tyranny of Rome and for 1,000 years of glory to reign. And while we want to join them and dance in the streets and wave our palms and shout hosannas, our reliving of that wonderful day is clouded because we know what is to come. We know there is a Good Friday. And even though we know that death will be defeated and salvation will triumph, we know the pain and the agony, the betrayal and the abandonment, the cross and the grave. And our dance of triumph as we escort Jesus on his way is haunted by that knowledge. So that is why two of the most triumphant days in the Christian calendar are tainted by the painful reality that intercedes before the glory of Easter can overcome all. It's like that in our day-to-day lives as well. We anticipate what is to come, and it's generally colored by our experiences. So what we expect to be wonderful is, and what we expect to be awful, once again, doesn't disappoint. But how much of that is because of the mindset that we take with us? If dinner with the in-laws feels more like an interrogation session than mealtime conversation, one goes prepared to defend and to limit responses to the bare minimum, preparing to offer up a stream of good news, interesting events, and questions to ask of them. Well, the evening might prove far more enjoyable. Similarly, if visiting grandchildren always mean that one of them is going to be hitting you up for money, and that makes you dread the occasion, try budgeting in advance as to what you are going to give them for the year. Gives you an advantage. You can tell them and let them know the amount and when it will be coming. Then let them know that the envelope is empty and remind them that love does not come with a dollar sign. It certainly reduces the stress and may even improve the time together or the relationship. If the annual performance review at work is giving you ulcers and turning you tongue-tied, try a new tack. Write out your successes, include data, suggestions for what might improve productivity, and so on. It focuses your mind on what is important and why, and then decide whether you can use it as a tool to refer to when various issues are discussed, or hand it to your boss at the start of the meeting. I thought this would help focus our time on the issues you find most important, and this will give you something for the files for the rest. Odds are that you will find a totally different tone to this year's meeting. Of course, anticipation also works the other way. When you expect to have fun, to enjoy yourself, to learn something new, to share laughs and a good meal, you generally do. In fact, if the meal gets burnt or the wine is off, it just produces jokes and laughter rather than annoyance at a ruined evening. A golf game with friends since childhood is always relaxing and good for reminiscences of games past and impossible victories. The annual Labor Day weekend at the family cottage with solitary walks on the beach, the inevitable freshly caught fish dinner, and watching another generation taking over the boat shed with their buddies is something you look forward to from year to year. Bad weather or differing politics or awkward new partners doesn't change those times. You expect to enjoy yourself, and you inevitably do. The reality of life is that we generally get what we expect to get. Gamblers in Reno being the exception. Experience seems to play no role in the rosy expectations they bring to the table. Great experiences, anticipating even better ones, has a pretty good chance of being the outcome. Bad experiences foresee even grimmer ones with no expectation of change. The challenge is to expect changes to be for the better and to do what is necessary to make that happen. Imagine what you could do to change things, what you could include to ensure everyone had a better time. Devise tricks to head off the sour moments. Are there compromises that you could live with if it made things better? Are there events or subjects that you could avoid if it smoothed the waters? If you know there are staunch liberals, why tout the NDP line or drag out the Tory platform over the cocktail hour? What does winning or losing the debate accomplish? Is anyone happier? Has the evening improved? But discussing your strategies for finding the products or produce that is Canadian is a subject just about everyone is willing to share these days. And I just discovered that pistachios come from Greece and Turkey and India. So I am no longer dependent on the USA, and I shan't have to give them up after all. See how useful such discussions can be these days? Well, figuring out what subjects cause dissension is a good start. And the outfits that show off your tattoos or wearing your gaudiest jewelry in your newest piercing may be a surefire flashpoint with your mother. Decide which hills are really worth dying on, and then round up issues and outfits that don't give others grounds for battle. I'm not suggesting one give up or abandon one's principles or sit mute. I am suggesting that one anticipate that what has proven to be an unpleasant occasion in the past does not have to be repeated in the future. Unlike Christmas and Palm Sunday, we do not know what is going to happen tomorrow or any other day. We need to keep an open mind to the possibility that with a bit of planning and commitment to good times, you can change future events. You can endeavor to remove irritants and make positive cues their replacements. Living life to the full, fostering relationships, hosting good times is far better than clinging to expectations of crummy times and nasty people. It's in your hands to do the best that you can to make your days and nights the best they can be, and times to look forward to and not dread. And so I pray, dear Lord, give me the discipline to pick my battles carefully so they're waged to your glory and not merely to feed my ego. Let me anticipate friendship and good times wherever I go, and let my time with others leave both of us glad we came together. Give me the wisdom and the courage to take a chance on joy and wipe from my plans any expectation of misery. Let me do this because of your commandment that I love my neighbor as myself, and this is how I wish to live, to love and be loved. So may it be. Amen.